Welcome. And firstly, I really just wanted to thank you all for your kind words about the first couple of episodes and all the love you sent my way. It really did mean a lot. And I'm very excited to have you on this journey with me. And today I wanted to talk about energetic medicine and how powerful it is to your healing. I've been into energetic work for most of my life. I had my first energetic healing when I was about 18, and I've really been learning about it since then. And if you listen to episode 1 of the show, I shared how I believe we all really have this innate capacity to heal not only your body and your mind, but also your energy, which we're talking about today, because they're all intimately connected and they affect each other. And there's so many ways that you can work with your energy to keep yourself happy and healthy. And scientifically, it's shown now that everything is energy. So, from the chair that you sit on to your physical being, it's simply compressed and concentrated energy as matter. And it's very easy to become unbalanced energetically because you pick so much up from the world around you without even realizing it. I'm going to talk today a little bit about that and also a short process with you towards the end to get your energy flowing and clear. So, firstly, what actually is energetic medicine? You could also call it vibrational medicine. And it really has the ability to positively affect your energetic systems that become out of balance. And this could be caused by physical illness, emotional imbalance, or what you've connected with from your energy field. This can be anything from interactions with others, low energy environments, toxicity in the products that you use, the type of food that you eat. All of this can throw the delicate balance out. Also, the thoughts you think, your behaviors, your habits, these all contribute to your energy. In essence, energy medicine helps you to regulate your cellular physiology and your energetic field to restore you back to a higher level of functioning. Energy medicine is based in ancient culture, such as shamanism, to yogic practices, as well as powerful electromagnetic and imaging technologies available in hospitals today. So it can embrace both the modern world and the mystical with energetic techniques. And you have a number of energetic systems within your body. And I'll talk about 3 very specific ones, although I'm not going to dive in deeply today about each one. I might do in future episodes. But you have your meridians, and these are your body's channels or your energetic pathways. And you have 12 main channels within your body. Then you have your chakras, and these are your body's energy centers. We usually focus on the 7 that run through the spine up to the crown. There are nerve clusters there, but you actually have chakras all over your body. And then there is also the aura or your biofield, you could call it. So this is your body's energy atmosphere. And numerous cultures work with energy. So you have qi in Chinese medicine, acupuncture, which is a form of energetic medicine. You have prana, which is your life force, and this is focused on in yogic traditions through India and Tibet. You have ki in Japan, which is the basis of Reiki, and these are just to name a few. The use of energy as medicine really goes back to ancient Egyptian times, and the earliest recorded history is hieroglyphics depicting the use of energy for healing the physical body. And we also have the Vedas from India, the oldest recorded texts, that's quite a hard word to say, describe moving energy in the body and raising our vibrational frequency to awaken the consciousness to the higher realms. And these weren't magical texts, they were just simply based on the fact that we are beings of energy. And these are all traditions that have been used for thousands of years, but are finally being acknowledged and even proven by science to be effective. For example, Chinese medicine now is recognized the world over, and there's been many studies around it using MRI and heat imaging to measure people's energy fields. So in essence, there's science behind energy, but there's still very much a mystery around how it all works. And maybe it will never be completely understood scientifically. And that's really the beautiful balance, isn't it, between science and spirituality and the value of both of those contexts. We're really just at the beginning of understanding energy and how it can be measured scientifically. Yet it is really undisputable that it has a very huge impact on well-being. And your body's energy is truly innately intelligent. Each organ and each cell is permeated with energies that carry complex information. So, for example, there's been a lot of study done around the human heart, which is the most powerful electromagnetic organ within the body, more so than the brain by about 60 times. Its energy field extends out about 8 foot in all directions around you. And this has been measured by physicists. It carries information about you or the person you're interacting with, which is also why we get those good vibes with some people and not from others, or maybe the energy that you feel when you walk into a room. Your energy is literally connecting with everything as you move through the world via the heart. There's also been studies in transplant recipients where someone receives a new heart, and all of a sudden they have memories and dreams and desires that correspond with that of the person whose heart they received. Energetically, it's carried through the organ. And this is unexplained, but there have been many cases. You have energy that extends around your body that goes beyond your skin and out into space. And this is your biofield, which is the more technical term for your aura. And I thought I'd talk about that a little more today. Your aura is the electromagnetic field around you that extends out at least a meter in front of you in all directions, sometimes even further, called a torus. So this energy flows through you and around you. And you could always Google torus, and there's a picture, there'll be pictures of it, and you can see what I mean. It has 7 layers. 3 are more connected to your physical body, and 3 connected to the spiritual plane. And the middle layer, which connects through the heart, is the bridge that connects the two, the physical and the spiritual. And your aura can indicate the health of your physical body. It can be impacted with stress and emotional trauma, negative thoughts, as well as positive thoughts, meditation, affirmations, the food you eat. So in a healthy state, it extends out and it's bright in color. I can't personally see auras, but some people can. They actually see the colors in a person's aura. And in an unhealthy state, it can be dull and small and even have leaks in it. So therefore, it's really important to keep your energetic field healthy and vibrant. Energy changes depending on your emotional state. If you're tired, your biofield can shrink, whereas when you're feeling confident and happy, it expands. You can also absorb into your aura through your external experiences into that energy field. So a lot really comes into you subliminally. And it's very easy to forget about your energy body, unlike the physical body. And it's very also easy to dismiss energy because it's something you can't see, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. In really basic terms, if you think of a radio or Wi-Fi, it's very similar. It's not like you can see the person standing in front of you that's talking, but the waves of energy still get transferred to you. And it's interesting to think about this as well, because our energy can get affected by what we read on the news and social media or what we listen to. All of this can affect your state of being. And one of the biggest questions I get asked is how to clear your energy, particularly when you've picked it up from another person or environments you've been in. And because this is really easy to do, particularly if you're an empathetic person. There's been a lot of study done into emotional contagion, kind of like catching a virus. You can catch another's energy. And this is not all bad. It can be positive too. The times I'm sure you've experienced where you feel bolstered and inspired by another person. However, it's those times when we pick up those heavier, denser energies around us that can really affect us. You might notice you've picked up on negative energy by someone if you go somewhere and you're feeling really good, and maybe you meet up with a friend, but perhaps they're feeling down or depressed, or they're going through difficult times, and they share what's going on for them. And you leave feeling exhausted, and they going away feeling better and good within themselves. And you've taken on their energy where they've been uplifted by yours. It doesn't mean that someone is intentionally passing on their emotions to you or sending you negative energy. It's just that when you're an empathetic person, you have a tendency to pick these up. And even if you're not what you would consider to be an empath, people are continually coming in and out of your field. And you feel those energies as well, even if you don't realize it. Particularly if you work with people like I do. I used to get to the end of my day and I'd be exhausted and I couldn't work out why. But I was coming into contact, particularly pre-COVID, with sometimes over 100 people every day, or I'd have a full day of clients. And I really had to learn how to manage my own energy and keep it clear. And now I can get to the end of the day and feel energized because I'm not picking up or taking in the feelings of my clients who are often going through difficult experiences. I've learned how to manage my energy and to keep it clear also between my clients so I don't pass things on from one person to the next. I've really had to train myself how to do that and also manage how many people I see in a day, because it's easy to still have that balance thrown out. And if you are just getting involved yourself in energetic medicine and working with clients, this is something that you develop, and you can over time. You begin to gain awareness of what throws you out of balance and how much you can handle in a day, so you don't burn out physically or energetically. And one thing I wanted to specifically really share around too is the idea of observation rather than absorbing, particularly if you're an empath. While empathy is such a beautiful quality, if you're taking in others' feelings and situations all the time, it can be very challenging and leave you feeling exhausted. I like to encourage compassion and kindness rather than having to feel into another's emotions as your own. Because when you take on another's energy, it disperses your own energy. So you become out of balance and disconnected to yourself. Some of you may have heard the first episode of the podcast when I talked about my own story. I was having a lot of physical and mental health issues around 13 years ago. And during that time, back then, I would literally take on everyone else's problems. I would feel everything so deeply. And hence, another reason why I became so drained and so worn out, and my body started to shut down physically. And that's not benefiting you. And that's not really benefiting others around you either if you're drained and exhausted. And it doesn't mean that you don't care or you can't help, but it's just that you stay in your own lane, so to speak. In fact, you can actually be of more help that way too, as you keep in your own energy and your own positivity, and you have more to give yourself and others from that vantage point. And when you're empathetic, another thing that can happen is that you can feel a bit confused about whether it's your energy that you're feeling or someone else's. Because, of course, we all have our own up and down days, and we're not always high vibing. I mean, we can aim for that, but there's going to be times where our energy is lower. So, one thing that I question myself and invite you to question as well is just simply asking yourself, is what I'm feeling right now mine? Yeah. So when you're feeling a bit out of balance, just checking in, closing down your eyes, and just listening in for that answer. Because sometimes you can feel really at odds and you might not be sure if it's you or if you've actually picked up someone else's energy. And if the answer is it's not yours, maybe you know what it's correlated to, or maybe you don't. It doesn't actually really matter. but just having the intention to release anything that's not yours. And we'll do that as well within the practice today. You can also find practitioners who work with energy to help you release, particularly if you're working on some bigger things and issues. It can be really good to seek someone else. Many of them work differently, but they tend to feel or get a sense of energy as pressure or temperature within the field. And that's how they connect with it. And in addition, as I said before, some people can also see within the energy field as well. In kinesiology, myself personally, I use my hands to feel it, but I also can test through the body with muscle monitoring to see what part of your energetic field or your aura is out of balance. And within that, I can also pinpoint what that correlates for you within your life and clear it. I also find personally working with my breath as well is really powerful to shift energy. I use breath work a lot for myself personally, and I teach it in some of my meditation classes as well. And particularly if you go down the path of hatha or kundalini or tantra yogic practices, they can also be incredibly powerful to change your energetic state. That's starting to get into another topic, but it's also another avenue to explore. So, what I wanted to really do today is to give you a technique that you can use when you feel like maybe you've picked up energy or maybe your energy is feeling out of balance, and how you can clear it, and also how you can begin to really prevent it from really picking it up in the first place. And this is a practice that you can use at any time. I'm going to do it more like a little meditation, but you can actually do this really, really quickly. So you don't actually have to do it through a whole practice like we're going to do now. So just taking this opportunity to get comfortable, settle into your chair, having your feet flat on the ground. Sense that connection to the earth supporting you. And feel your body breathing. You may even like to take a few deeper breaths in your own time. And scan through your body and begin to notice where you're feeling out of balance. You might become aware of areas that feel a bit heavy or denser within your body. And simply acknowledge these, not judging or creating a story around them. You're just simply becoming aware of what is present, where your energy might not feel clear. And see a white light above the crown of your head, luminous and radiant. And white is the color of purification. It helps release negativity and toxicity. It's deeply healing, brings peace and calm and clarity. It also helps you to surrender what you might be carrying or holding on to. And gradually allow that light to pour through the crown of your head and into your body, moving into any areas that you felt were heavy or dense. And allow it to permeate into every cell of your body. Have the intention that it flushes out anything that you no longer need to carry, anything that's not yours, whether conscious or unconscious. And send it back to where it came from with love. And you don't need to know where it came from. You just simply have the intention to return, to be transformed and transmuted. You might even see this white light move around your body, clearing your energy field. And keep working with the white light until you feel clear. Now begin to see a golden light above your crown. Gold is the color of higher knowing and wisdom and strength. It brings a sense of optimism and joy. And invite that light to move around your body like a blanket, softly enveloping you and sealing in that beautiful, clear energy you've created. Sitting wrapped in this warmth, the golden glow, safe, at peace, held. With the intention that this creates a protective layer around you. You might even like to invite your guides or what you could call your higher self to be standing around you, protecting you, guiding you. That beautiful golden light surrounding you, creating this field of positive vibration. And resting in this space for just a few moments longer. And then gradually bringing yourself back into your space. I hope you enjoyed that practice. You can do it at any time. It can even be done in just a minute, just bringing in that light, bringing the gold around you. And the key is really just having the intention. There are other methods too, but for now, just try this and see how you go with it. I'd love to know how you found it. So if you're happy to share it in the reviews or comments, if you're listening on YouTube, and also if there's anything you would like to learn or have questions around, please just leave it in the reviews and I'd be very happy to address those in future podcast episodes. If you're interested in going deeper on mind, body, and energetic medicine, I'll be running a program later in the year. Being honest, I thought I would actually have it up and running already, but it's taken me quite a bit longer to put together than I thought, as there's so much valuable information that I want to share with you. So if you'd like to go on the wait list so you get all the details as soon as it goes live, I will leave a link in the show notes. I'm also available for one-on-one sessions, of course, both online and in person if you're in Sydney. And actually, I'll be in Melbourne the first week of May. So if you do hear this before then, you are very welcome to connect with me there. But thanks for being here with me. It's an honor to have you as a part of this journey. And if you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love you to take a moment to review the podcast and help support the show. And if you think others would benefit from hearing more, please do share it on social media so others can get to know the power of their own inner healer too. Be sure to tag me so that I can acknowledge you and support you as well. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take care.